You think you are free, but you're not. The illusion of freedom. One day you wake up and believe you are free. You can choose what to eat. You can scroll your phone. You can go out or stay home. It feels like freedom. But is it real freedom? Most people never ask this question. They just follow their routine. Wake up, check the phone, rush to work, feel tired, repeat again tomorrow. This is not freedom. This is a loop. A quiet loop, a comfortable loop, a dangerous loop. Because the most dangerous prison is the one you do not see. You think you are choosing your life, but look closer. Are you really choosing, or are you reacting? When you feel bored, you open your phone. When you feel tired, you stop working. When you feel stressed, you escape into distraction. This is not choice. This is habit. And habits can control you. Imagine a puppet. The puppet moves, but not by itself. Someone is pulling the strings. Now ask yourself, who is pulling your strings? Is it your emotions? Is it your fear? Is it your comfort? Is it other people's opinions? If the answer is yes, then you are not free. Freedom is not doing what feels good. Freedom is doing what is right, even when it feels hard. Most people confuse these two things. They chase comfort. They avoid effort. They follow feelings. And slowly, they lose control. At first, nothing seems wrong. Everything feels easy, relaxed, safe. But something is changing inside. Your discipline becomes weaker. Your focus becomes shorter. Your goals become smaller. You start saying things like, I will do it tomorrow. I'm too tired. I will start later. And later never comes. This is how freedom disappears, not suddenly, but slowly, like a shadow at sunset. You do not notice it at first, but one day it is gone. Now you feel stuck. You feel lost. You feel like life is controlling you, because it is. Without discipline, you lose direction. Without direction, you lose control. Without control, you lose freedom. This is the truth most people avoid. Freedom is not easy. Freedom is not comfortable. Freedom requires strength. Real freedom starts with awareness. You must see the truth, even if it is uncomfortable. Look at your day. Look at your habits. Look at your decisions. Ask yourself, are these actions moving me forward or keeping me stuck? Are you building your future or escaping from it?
Many people live their whole life without asking this. They follow the crowd. They follow trends. They follow noise. But they never follow themselves. And this is the biggest loss. Because when you stop listening to yourself, you give your life away, piece by piece. You start to depend on others. You wait for approval. You wait for motivation. You wait for the perfect time. But nothing changes. Because freedom does not come from waiting. Freedom comes from action. And action requires control. Control over your mind. Control over your time. Control over your choices. Without control, you drift, like a boat without a direction. The wind decides where you go. The waves decide your path, and you have no power. This is how many people live. They react to life instead of creating it. They follow feelings instead of following purpose. They choose comfort instead of choosing growth. And they call this freedom. But it is not freedom. It is silent control. Control by habits. Control by fear. Control by distraction. Real freedom feels different. It feels strong. It feels clear. It feels intentional. You wake up with a reason. You act with purpose. You move with direction. You do not depend on mood. You do not wait for motivation. You decide, and then you act, even when it is hard, especially when it is hard. Because every time you do what is difficult, you take your power back. Every time you resist distraction, you become stronger. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you build freedom. Freedom is built, not given. It is built in small moments, when you wake up early, when you focus on your work, when you ignore useless noise. These moments look small, but they are powerful. They shape your life. Your life is not one big decision. It is many small decisions repeated every day. And these decisions either give you freedom or take it away. There is no middle ground. You are either building control or losing it. You are either moving forward or staying stuck. You are either awake or asleep. Most people are asleep, not physically, but mentally. They do not question their life. They do not challenge their habits. They just continue, day after day, year after year, until one day they realize they are not where they wanted to be. And the worst part is, they don't know why. But now you know, because freedom was slowly slipping away through small choices, through small habits, through small compromises. This is why awareness is the first step.
You must see clearly. You must understand that freedom is fragile. It can disappear quietly. But the good news is, it can also be rebuilt, step by step, choice by choice. You can take control again. You can rebuild your discipline. You can rebuild your focus. You can rebuild your life. But it starts with one decision: to stop living on autopilot, to stop reacting, to start choosing. Because the moment you become aware, everything changes. You begin to see patterns. You begin to see traps. You begin to see truth. And truth gives you power. The power to change, the power to act, the power to grow. This is where real freedom begins. Not outside, but inside. Inside your mind, inside your decisions, inside your daily actions. You think you are free, but now you see the truth. And this truth is your first step toward real freedom. Part 2. Taking back control of your life. Now you see the truth. You are not as free as you thought. But this is not bad news. This is power. Because once you see the problem, you can change it. Most people never reach this point. They stay blind. They stay comfortable. They stay stuck. But you are different now. You are awake. And when you are awake, you have a choice. You can go back to your old life, or you can take control. Taking control is not easy. It will feel uncomfortable. It will feel new. But it will also feel real, because control is the foundation of freedom. You cannot be free if you cannot control yourself. Everything begins here. The first battle is inside you. Your mind will resist. Your body will resist. Your habits will resist. They will say, rest a little more. Start tomorrow. This is too hard. Do not listen. These voices are not your true self. They are your old patterns, and they want you to keep you the same. But growth requires change, and change requires action. Small action, daily action, consistent action. You do not need a perfect plan. You need a clear decision, a decision to take control. Start with your mornings. How you start your day controls how you live your day. Do not reach for your phone first. That is the fastest way to lose control. Instead, pause. Take a breath. Sit still. Ask yourself one question. What matters today? Not everything. Just one or two important things. Focus on those. This is how control begins. Simple, clear, intentional.
Now, protect your time. Time is your life. Every minute you waste is a part of your life gone forever. Most people do not respect time. They scroll, they watch, they distract themselves. They say it is just a few minutes, but minutes become hours. Hours become days. Days become years. And one day, they regret. Do not wait for that day. Value your time now. Before you do anything, ask yourself, is this helping my future? If the answer is no, stop. Choose something better. This is not about being perfect. It is about being aware. Even small improvements matter. One focused hour is better than 10 distracted hours. One good decision is better than many careless ones. Control your time and you control your direction. Next, control your focus. Your attention is powerful. Where your focus goes, your energy follows. And where your energy goes, your life grows. If your focus is scattered, your results will be weak. If your focus is strong, your results will grow. This is why distractions are dangerous. They steal your attention, they break your momentum, they weaken your discipline. You must protect your focus like it is your most valuable asset, because it is. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Limit social media. Create space for deep work. Even 1 hour of deep focus can change your day, and many days create your life. Now let us talk about emotions. Your emotions are not enemies, but they are not leaders either. If you follow your emotions, you will lose control, because emotions change quickly. One moment you feel strong, next moment you feel tired. If you only act when you feel good, you will never be consistent. And without consistency, there is no progress. You must learn to act even when you do not feel like it. This is discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is power. It allows you to move forward when others stop. It allows you to stay calm when others react. It allows you to keep going when things get hard. This is how you build control. Not in easy moments, but in difficult ones. Every time you push through resistance, you grow stronger. Every time you choose action over excuse, you take control back. Now look at your habits. Your life is a reflection of what you do daily. Not sometimes, not once in a while, every day. If your habits are weak, your life will feel weak. If your habits are strong, your life will feel strong. You do not need many habits. You need a few powerful ones. Wake up with purpose. Work with focus. Learn every day. Take care of your body. Simple habits, but repeated daily. This is where transformation happens. Slow, steady, real. Do not chase motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Build systems, not feelings. Create routines that guide you even when you feel low. Because there will be days when you do not feel strong, and that is normal. What matters is what you do on those days. That is where control is tested. Now let us talk about independence. If you depend on others for your decisions, your confidence will stay weak. You must learn to trust yourself. This does not mean you know everything. It means you are willing to decide, to try, to fail, to learn. Each decision builds experience. Each mistake builds wisdom. And over time, you become stronger. Do not wait for approval. Not everyone will understand you. Not everyone will support you. And that's okay. Your life is your responsibility, not theirs. When you stop seeking approval, you start gaining freedom. Because your actions are guided by your values, not by other people's opinions. This is a powerful shift. Now you are not reacting, you are leading. You are choosing your path, even if it is different.
especially if it is different. Next, build your skills. Skills create options. Options create freedom. The more you can do, the more choices you have. Do not wait for opportunities. Create them. Learn something useful. Practice every day. Improve step by step. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be better than yesterday. Skills give you confidence. Confidence gives you courage. Courage gives you freedom. This is the path. Now think about your environment. Who do you spend time with? What do you listen to? What do you watch? These things shape your mind. If you are around negativity, you will feel negative. If you are around growth, you will grow. Choose wisely. You do not need many people. You need the right people. People who challenge you. People who support your growth. People who respect your goals. This will make your journey easier. Not easy, but easier, because you are not fighting alone. Now, understand this. Taking control is not a one-time action. It is a daily practice. Every day you choose focus or distraction, discipline or comfort, growth or stagnation. These choices seem small, but they shape everything. Your future is built by what you do today, not tomorrow, not someday, today. So start now, not later, not when you feel ready. Start before you are ready, because waiting is a trap. Action is the way out. You do not need to change everything at once. Start small. Control one habit. Improve one area. Make one better choice. Then repeat, day after day. This is how control grows, slowly, quietly, powerfully. And one day, you will notice something. You feel different, stronger, clearer, more confident. You are no longer reacting to life. You are creating it. You are no longer controlled by habits. You are guiding them. You are no longer lost. You have direction. This is what control feels like. And this is the path to freedom. Because when you control your actions, you control your results. And when you control your results, you control your life. You are no longer a passenger. You are the driver. And now you are moving forward. Part 3. Living a truly free life. You have seen the illusion. You have taken back control. Now comes the final step, living a truly free life. Not a fake freedom, not a temporary feeling, but real freedom. The kind that stays, the kind that grows, the kind that cannot be taken from you easily. Most people never reach this stage. They either stay asleep or they start, then quit. Because this path requires something rare, consistency. Not intensity, not perfection, consistency. Small actions done every day. This is what builds a free life. A truly free life is not loud. It is not flashy. It is quiet, strong, stable. It is built on habits. Habits that protect your mind. Habits that protect your time. Habits that protect your energy. These habits become your system, and your system becomes your life. When your system is strong, your life becomes strong. When your system is weak, your life becomes unstable. This is why freedom is not about one big change. It is about building the right system every day. Now understand this. Freedom is not doing whatever you want. Freedom is having the power to choose what is right for your life, even when it is hard. This is what makes you different. You are not controlled by mood. You are not controlled by pressure. You are not controlled by fear. You choose. And that choice is guided by your values. So what are your values? If you do not define them, the
the world will define them for you, and when that happens, you lose yourself. Take time to think. What matters to you? Growth? Discipline? Honesty? Courage? Choose a few. Live by them. Let them guide your decisions. This creates clarity.
When you have clarity, you do not feel lost. You do not waste time on confusion. You know what to do, and you act. Now let us talk about fear. Fear will always be there. Even when you grow, even when you improve, fear does not disappear. But your relationship with fear changes. Before, fear controlled you. Now, you face it. You act anyway. This is courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action despite fear. Every time you face fear, you expand your freedom, because fear limits your choices. And when you break that limit, you create new possibilities. This is how freedom grows, step by step. Now think about comfort again. Comfort is not bad, but it must have a place. Comfort should be a reward, not a lifestyle. When comfort becomes your goal, your growth stops. When growth stops, your freedom shrinks. So keep growing, always. Learn new things, try new challenges, push your limits, not to suffer, but to expand. Because every new skill, every new experience adds to your power. And power creates freedom. Now let us go deeper. True freedom is internal. It does not depend on money. It does not depend on status. It depends on control. There are people with money who are not free. They are controlled by fear, by stress, by pressure. And there are people with less who feel free because they control themselves. They control their thoughts. They control their actions. This is the difference. Freedom is not outside. It is inside. Inside your discipline. Inside your mindset. Inside your choices. When these are strong, nothing can easily break you. Life will still be hard sometimes. There will be problems, there will be setbacks, but you will not collapse because you are stable. You are grounded. You have built strength over time. This is real confidence. Not loud, not fake. Quiet confidence. The kind that comes from action. The kind that comes from proof. You trust yourself because you have done the work. This trust is powerful. It removes doubt. It removes hesitation. You no longer ask, "Can I do this?" You say, "I will find a way." This mindset changes everything. Now you are not limited by fear. You are driven by purpose. Purpose gives your life direction. Without purpose, you drift. With purpose, you move forward, even when it is hard, especially when it is hard. So find your purpose. It does not have to be perfect. It just has to be meaningful to you. Something that makes you grow, something that makes you better, and follow it. Step by step, day by day. Now understand this truth. Freedom is a responsibility, not a reward. You must protect it every day.
With your choices, with your habits, with your mindset. If you become careless, you can lose it again, slowly, silently, just like before. That is why awareness must stay, always. Keep observing yourself. Keep asking questions. Am I growing, or am I falling back? Am I choosing, or am I reacting? These questions keep you sharp. They keep you awake. And staying awake is the key. Because the moment you fall asleep again, old habits return, old patterns return, and control slips away. So stay conscious, stay intentional, live with purpose. Now imagine your future. A life where you wake up with clarity. You know what to do. You do not waste time. You do not feel lost. You work with focus. You learn every day. You grow stronger. You make decisions with confidence. You are not afraid of challenges. You welcome them because you know they make you better. You are not controlled by distractions. You control your attention. You are not controlled by emotions. You guide your actions. You are not controlled by others. You follow your path. This is freedom, real freedom, not perfect, but powerful. And it is possible for you, but only if you choose it every day, through small actions, through discipline, through courage. Because in the end, freedom is not something you find, it is something you build and protect, again and again. So remember this. You thought you were free, but now you understand. Freedom is earned. Freedom is practiced. Freedom is lived. And now, it is your turn.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Self-Study Every Day for more helpful lessons. Leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn next.